should like to help everyone if possible. We all want to help one another. I should like to help everyone if possible. We all want to help one another. I should like to help everyone if possible. We all want to help one another. I should like to help everyone if possible.
Hello everyone.
We all want to help one another.
How is everyone doing today? Let me catch up on chat. Okay. Bonjour. Hello. Guten Tag. Hey. Hi, Catherine. I'm live today. I am indeed live today. I've been chatting for a while, both on and off stream, about the possibility of moving to a classic Monday to Friday. And yeah, seeing as I will be missing some days next week, I figured now is as good a time as any to start trying that. You've been summoned from one chat to another. You have indeed, Catherine. Rose, you've never been this early. Usually join just after 4. Yeah, so usually I have the like pre-roll ads and stuff running at the start of the stream, which is why I start the stream just before 4, so that the ads can run before we actually start. Get that out of the way. We can actually talk. You love how everyone's here. Yeah, it's really cute that you're all here, even though it's not technically one of my stream days. Yeah, it's appreciated. Are you pressuring me into the live? Hey Paul, how's merge going? Since there's an extra stream day, it's like, yeah, it's like Benny didn't miss one. Sally trying to get Paul to teach it. Yeah, I mean, Paul is just way ahead of everybody else on merge. Like, I don't even know what. Let's have a quick look what his score is currently. Because last I checked, he was already way off in the lead. So going from 5th up, 30,000, 40,000, 80,000, which is me, 130,000 is the person in second. So 130,000 is the person in second. And then Paul's currently at 480,000. Suffice to say, Paul is winning. Isn't on schedule, but you're grateful. Yeah, yeah. Should we put a bet on if he's still wearing the hat? I am indeed still wearing the hat. It is very warm and I am very tired. I really do not fancy using a hairdryer in this weather. Am I playing Sims? Probably. It's usually what I do. Hello Thomas, hello Daisy. How you both doing today? Sally, you have Sphere, Exmo, so been laying low, but we're gonna get some clips today. Oh, as in make some new clips. Well, there is the new like clip leaderboard thing, right? I don't know if any of you have been utilizing that. Thank you, Sally. I presumed that was Sally. That was bad, I just presumed. Zach, I am so far behind on chat, I'm trying to catch up. Yes, it was Sally. Okay. Hello, Crazy JJ. How you doing? Hi, Millie. How are you today? Oh, goodness me, I'm so behind on chat. How did you get the pet? Figure that out. Hi, Bella. Hello, Ethan. Hello, Vikas. Can I show your camera setup? It's a camera and a light. It's not particularly fancy. Any tips for avoiding the edges? I mean, keeping the board tidy is important. Hey, yeah, they're from the little cloud things are from my world. They're called Fluffles. How am I feeling today? I am very tired. Am I a gamer? I am indeed. Yeah, so I got much less, like half of what I need sleep-wise the past 2 days in a row, so I am very tired. Hey, thank you for the sub gift. That's appreciated. Paul, your brain has just adjusted to seeing things like a snake of 3 in a row. 100%. You need to get that game. Merge? Imagine a crosshair shape. Yeah, 100%. Aiming to constantly be making a cross over and over again is the way forward. Still catching up. Good grief. I'll make a clip at some point. You all came after the notification. I noticed. Benny, you were so surprised to see you stream on Monday. Yeah. Millie. Is Amelia. Okay. You still want me to call you Amelia? Am I okay? I am. I'm just tired. Gotta get to the 400 sub goal. Oh dear. Though I didn't realize that apparently the cut that you take, the 50% cut from the Twitch subs, is apparently post-tax. So if you pay £5 for a sub and then there's a 20% tax here, then I'm getting £2 of the £5 sub. So you can understand why people are like, you know, they want to do donations and stuff as well. It's more expensive on mobile, Amelia. It's still a £5 on PC, I think. Yeah, the Apple surcharge on mobile. Nice hat, thank you. Yeah, it is just because it was too hot. If you don't care, you'll pay the extra. Yeah, it's a weird system, but I mean that's why lots of people like rely very heavily on doing like you know, donation buttons and other revenue streams, because obviously the cut from Twitch is quite large. But you went on PC for this, so you stop paying Apple silly extra money. Time for you all to up your subscription tiers. Derp. Okay. Goodness me. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, and it may be slightly more obvious on the horizontal layout, but my eyes are super bloodshot. I mean, yeah, very tired eyes today. It's making sure that I've got my glasses on. Hi, Cyan. You always look nice there. Thank you. Thank you. No, Ollie, other people were joking about it. You look exhausted. I am exhausted. That's what happens with a lack of sleep. Yeah, so I don't know how long I'll stream today, or really what I'll stream today. I was pottering around with this little game idea. Or I might play Sims, or I might just chat. We'll see. Do I drink coffee? I do drink coffee, Sally. I have already had 2 coffees today. And my coffees are all the equivalent of like 2 espressos. This usually now, so when I was starting to stream Sims, I was basically having the orange drink, the energy drink every day. Like just one every day at the start of the stream. But most recently I've been much better at having electrolyte drinks rather than, so it's in just water and an electrolyte tablet. just because it's better not relying on huge amounts of caffeine. But yeah, I've just not been particularly well the past few days, so to make me feel better, you won't torment me about cabinets today. What are you talking about, Mr. Spotter? Amelia, you have people pay for a subscription for something, and the website takes like 20% commission. Yeah, there's reasons why people have things like, well, coffee is the most common one, right? Patreon is, I guess, more well known, but dubiously not as artist friendly. Project. Oh, you liked the live? Thank you. Yeah, my notifications from the Red app are very broken. And sadly, I have absolutely no idea how to fix that. So this is where we're at. Hydrate, yes. 1 second. I just want to get this thing processing. There you go. You made 134 and you'll only get 106. Yeah, that's much better than what I would get. So of £100, so say I made £100 from the Purple app. So there's £100 worth of subs. I would get, I think, if my maths is right, I would get 40 of that 100, which seems not a good ratio. I mean, obviously the platform does a huge amount, and I wouldn't be in this position without the platform, but it is also a very large cut. It's the same with my game. Yeah, I think it's like, roughly speaking, I think I end up with about 50% from the game. So I think I end up with 40% from Twitch, and I think I end up with 50% from Steam-ish. The Steam one's a little bit weirder because it's varying depending on country. I really suit the hat. Thank you. The hat is laziness more than anything today. I appreciate it. Tell us about the pinky ring. Sure. We were talking about this the other day. Who was it? Faye, I think, was suddenly like, wait, you're Scottish? And I'm like, yeah, it's my clan ring. It's, yeah, I want to get a different one. An actual full signet at some point. How about buy me a coffee? I could. The cam quality is good. Thank you. It's an actual camera, not a phone, and I am sat right next to a softbox. The combination of the two does wonders. Faye, you think on my website that you have a Patreon linked but not set up. Yeah, so I had a Patreon for my fantasy world because I was like drip feeding content out to people. And I was doing that for about a year, where I was like doing little bits of stories and like obviously all the story about the music and stuff, but I had almost no one on it, even though I was regular. But I also, like I wasn't streaming or anything at that point, so just nobody knew about it. So yeah, I stopped and then took it all down. And then I started one for my stream and then thought, what's the point? People can sub if they want to. Hello, Ace-san. How are you doing? That cut is diabolical. Pardon? Oh, yes. So Unity was going to do a really... a cut that would really penalize indie developers originally. Steam is 60/40 by default, which is actually pretty good for the industry standards at the moment. So as in, for every £10, I would get 6 of that. But taxes and stuff then happen after that. Hello, channel. Imaginative name. Shout out to you. Hi. It's Scotland was mentioned. Yeah, I was born in Scotland. Love Calypsian. Thank you for the follow. Moon, keep working hard and you'll blow up one day. You really like my content. Thank you. I mean, neither in the literal or metaphorical... What was that word? Neither the literal nor the metaphorical sense do I want to blow up. I wouldn't mind growth, fine. But if I went from the size of community that I had now to like 10 times that overnight, I like our community. Obviously, if I keep going, there's a good chance it will grow and we'll process that as we go. But I would rather it be gradual and not just a sudden. But the internet is the internet. I can't really control that. Okay, let me keep catching up. Mia, hi. How you doing? Wait, Scottish, mind sharing which council or region? So I was born in Stirling and lived in Aberdeen most of the time I was in Scotland. I had an Aberdeen accent until I was maybe 8 or 9. Amelia, is there a website you can check your ethnic background? Probably. Your eye is red. My eye is red from lack of sleep. I've had a few bad nights sleep. Sorry if you're a bit squeamish, but I was nearly sick last night. My stomach was incredibly sore yesterday. It just kept getting worse and worse. I just kept feeling more and more sick. It has calmed down a little, but that's a large part of why I didn't sleep last night. That's that. Cause hi from work, nice cat. Thank you. Maybe it would make sense again now. Would love to have other ways to support you. Yeah, but it's always either or for me, Faye. So it's like I can't do this and this and this and this and this. I have to like pick which things I do. So yes, I could do that again, but what content on it would have to be either incredibly scattered, just following my mental brain. So you get like a random, here's a little silly game that I made, here's a song that I made, here's a random story, and there's just no coherency whatsoever. You'd either get that or one kind of content and only that kind of content. They're really your only two options. A sensible amount of a few different things is not going to happen. My brain can't do that. You're going to go now. You need to do something. No worries, Spotter. Balance between exposure and percentage retained. Yeah. You're going to look into your background. Well, let us know, Amelia. You think I need those English lessons? Mm-hmm. You're trying your best not to make you go viral overnight. There are worse things than going viral overnight. Like, I would deal with that if it happened. We'll see. Paul, 30 months is pretty poor streak for how long you've known Sam. Yeah, I mean, we did try and work it out at one point of what's the technically longest that someone could have been following me for. I mean, the sub stuff is different because I stopped streaming during the period where they allowed subscriptions to affiliates. So it was, yeah, quite skewed by that. You have the same glasses. Nice. If you complete your challenge, wrong stream, San. I'm not here for challenges. You hope I feel better soon. I'm sure I will. Thank you, Bella. You hope you'll continue to get better. Yeah, I have eaten dry toast, and that is it today. I've had 2 slices of dry toast, very spread out, just to be safe. And yes, I've had coffee, but I've also had lots of water today. And I will have my electrolyte drink in a bit. You finally bought my game. Nice. Do I watch cricket? No. Sorry, I find cricket quite boring. Why are you on a Monday? Because we've been talking for a while about changing to being Monday to Friday, and now seemed like a good time as any to try it. Your sister bought you a kit and you refused to do it. Oh, some of the DNA things are super sketchy. Some of those companies are definitely doing dubious things with that DNA. Probably. So many peeps on the screen. Yeah, there's a whole little cluster. It's very nice. Rat diet. Pardon, Amelia? Dry toast is the way forward. Dry toast is just a safe food, relatively, when you've got a bad stomach. Cyan, thanks for sharing. No worries. You studied at the old Granite City College and you're now in Dundee. Nice. I haven't been to Dundee in a very long time. Ollie. What? What? I wish there was a way for me to set the duration of those notifications to be longer for different things. Thank you, Ollie. I think in the ever that I have been streaming, which is way too long, I think that is only the second time that someone has ever done that. So thank you. It's appreciated. You missed the discussion, quite possibly. It was mostly happening on Discord. I mean, it's been happening on streams on and off as well. But yeah, thank you, Ollie. Oh, I missed a comment. Sally, does anyone remember using Betadine iodine? I remember iodine being used in like hospitals, but not at school. We'll take the second place slot. How do you 14k Pico? Because you build up Pico whenever you're watching the stream. You don't have to be participating. But you do earn it much faster if you participate. You think your peep has been truly identified as a skeleton. Well, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Right, let me go and sort that now, because I need to order more keys for the Steam game so that you guys can like customize your inventory and stuff. Stefan, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing today? What are the little cloud cheaplings for? They're called Fluffles, and they are just a pet. It was a feature I was testing. Perhaps you need to go and spend some up to 400 uniques. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to like do the full login thing, but apparently not. Okay. Request product keys. Default state override. Keys that allow immediate access to. Let's call it a beta test. Sure, why not? Select a tag to track your keys. I don't remember what I used as the previous tag. Is the problem. Can I not just call it beta? I mean, it's technically an alpha. I'm going to change it back to alpha if I can put it as alpha. Alpha. Okay, sorry, one sec. Let me catch one chat. Full stuff. It's so cute. Yeah, there's a bunch of animals in my universe. They're very cute. Yeah, I've not seen the black one in a while. I wonder if it's bugged out and not appearing anymore. You still hope we get Peeps 2. Imagine the possibility of all the different... See, this is the thing. It's like, I can't work on everything all at once. So if you want a Peeps 2, then, you know, I need to drop a bunch of stuff. A little club penguin with pets. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely wasn't testing features that made it more like a club penguin. So I can just add more keys. How many keys do I want to request? It's a slightly larger number this time. I agree not to sell them. Request complete. There we go. You want a black kitty with a white face to follow you around like your Felix. One day, one day. Faye, you know you voted for it, you'll see what happens. Can still hope for things even though you don't know that they might happen. Yeah, I mean, not enough people voted in that poll for it to be statistically relevant. You know? Amelia, he knows you're sad, he won't leave you alone. Oh no. Christina, have I started? No, we're just chatting at the moment. I was requesting some more keys for my Steam game. But one of my Steam games. Question is... what is the easiest way of me checking... Oh, fun. I think it just got immediately verified. 1 second.
Choo choo!
Oh, good grief. Ollie, my dude. Thank you. That's one way to wake me up. Aaron, do I play Roblox? I absolutely do not. Yeah, I appreciate the choo-choo. Are you drinking peach and barley? I am not drinking peach and barley. No. I do like peach and barley, though. I've not had that in a while. Ollie, my dude. Thank you. Hey, Bang. How are you? You're still just trying to get me enough subs to dress up. Derp. Ah, you guys do like to troll. Right, should we see if this has come through? It has not come through to that account, and I can't check my other account because my other account is only on my laptop, I think. Yeah, it's only on my laptop. But yes, I think I have more keys now, is the short version of that. I think they just immediately said yes. So that's good. Hi Sid, how you doing? Hey Diva. Ollie and Amelia battling it out. Who's going to be responsible for making me... What even was it we were talking about me dressing? Oh, it was the silver dress lady from Eurovision, right? That's what we were talking about. Who am I? I am Sam. How am I? I am tired and unwell, but managing. Just amused by the hype train. Thank you. It's stressful game with the timers. What, you think Sims is stressful? We should do what as a community day? Sorry, what am I missing? We should do that as a community day. Oh, for Dress to Impress. What is that? You were referencing the usual Roblox suggestion. Yes, I have never played Roblox. Don't think I will be anytime soon. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you for the gift. What are you all... Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Ollie. What are we doing? That's an excellent question. Hey, honey, how you doing today? You checked Discord and saw the 1,250 messages in the channel. Yeah, well, it's because we were like live commenting on Eurovision as it was happening, so it was going real fast. Not The Sims Dress to Impress. It's a Roblox game. Okay. Hello, Poke Dude or Pokey Dude? Hi. You had to take the first spot. Of course you did, Ollie. Just trying to pay the bills. Thank you. It means a lot. It does. Yes, and it means more than I can talk about just now, but hopefully soon. We will see. You the best. Thank you, Sally. Does something. You've got a holiday to save for. Amelia, you don't have to spend any money. It's all good. Did I answer your question? Think so. I mean, we're doing Sims every stream, usually. We're just chatting for a bit. Pokey like Pokemon. Pokedude. I made it sound so sad. I'm not sad per se. Scary, I think, more than anything else. Emma Lou Darlin. Hi. I appreciate the emote. How you doing? And all the flowers too. Good grief. On your way to a doctor's appointment and enjoying the vibes. Nice. I probably should have made a doctor's appointment today. Whoopsie. I'll try and remember to do it tomorrow. You spent $44.97 on me today, and all you ask is you continue sharing the love. I mean, that's really all we do here, right? And you know that I spread it around as well. And yes, Ollie changed his name to match his other platforms, I believe. Okie doke. Too many things open. All at the same time. Okay, there we go. I'm also enjoying how many characters there are on screen. For those on other platforms, on the Purple app, there are a bunch of characters along the bottom of the screen for the people watching. Goodness me. Goodness me. Question is, did they provide me with... no, so it is still technically down as pending. That might be why I didn't get the email. But they will provide a download link when it is confirmed. Nice, cool. That'll be easy. And at that point, I will. I'll probably drop a message in the Discord when we get to that point for anyone that still wants a key for peeps. Christina, you're giving your plants their weekly fertilizer. Nice. I need to do some plant TLC at some point. They haven't had as much love as they should have done. You don't know how you were smart enough to code these cute little guys, but you're obsessed with them. Yeah, I really like the new version that I've been working on. There's a bunch of really cool technical things with the new one that make them just better. It's a bit hard to describe, but there's a bunch of stuff that just, like, they're way more efficient. There will be more customization. Can't talk too much about it without spoilers. But I also really like the kind of visual rework that I've done, which I was trying to show you, and then I opened the wrong thing, because I'm a genius. Genius. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Add a source. Like media, video, or sound clips. I mean, it's add an image. There we go. That'll be the one that's called image. Oh, actually, wait. No. I don't need to add fine, whatever. I'll just add image. That wasn't really what I was planning on doing. Projects, peeps, images. There we go. Oh, good grief, that is very large. Peeps. I've made it obnoxiously large on all the platforms. Good job, me. So the one on the far left was the original version. That's what they originally looked like when I made the stupid little test for myself. They were very briefly like number 2, and then almost immediately became number 3. They were number 3 for like a year, like it was a while. And then there was a big rework where I kind of suddenly expanded what you could do with them for 4, and then 5 is the proposed change with the new system. Yeah, it's funny looking at them. Yeah, you can also see the like progression of my art style. There are some sketches where I went to make them like more realistic and stuff like that. But the new one is not that's the best ratios, because like particularly for the bottom of the screen, having them with a bigger head makes more sense because that's the part that you mainly want to see. But style 5 was based on how I draw, like pen and paper draw. I was trying to get them closer to that. Just because it was a bit weird that I was like sketching in one style and then having to like redo it. Though their eyes are actually slightly different from this now. I put the iris back in. One second, let me see if I can show you. Oh, diamond crate. Question about D&D, how often are the things? Hello LT28, hello Newbie Noob, nice name. So the D&D that we will do to start with will be one-offs. That is what's called a one-shot. So it will be one relatively long session. And that will be it. So there will probably be one pre-session to like explain the rules, explain how it'll work, and then there'll be, so that might be like an hour maybe, and then there'll be a like 3 to 4 hour session of actually playing the game. Once I've done a couple of those with some different people, are we still taking players? I absolutely am taking players. But yeah, so once you have, so once we've done a few of those one-shot sessions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and group players by how they play. To try and make groups that fit, if that makes sense. And hopefully we will find an appropriate group for me to run a full campaign. And full campaigns for my health will be about a 2-hour session once a week. You'd love to join for a one-shot, haven't played in ages. Yeah. Do it. Okay, so I wanted to show you... Have I still got a thing for it? I thought I had a capture for... I thought I had a capture for A-Sprite. Apparently not. A-Sprite. Okay, A-Sprite. Let me just reorganize my window. Ding. Okay, so this mess fit to screen. Fit to screen. Oh, that's really small on vertical. Let me just move it into the center so you can all see it. Okay, so this is what the character looks like with the new eyes. I think I'm gonna not have reflections because otherwise their eye color just kind of vanishes. Amelia, you've got a potential new job. Oh, that's exciting. What kind of thing? You're so excited for D&D. I hope you like silliness. Ollie, you might join. It would be nice if your work could send you your timetables for the month is 2 weeks late. Have a good stream. No worries, Amelia. I hope your research goes well. It looks so wonderful and cute. Thank you. Yeah, so this was, I think this was the sketch that I showed you. And you can just see, like, I've just put the irises back in. Yeah, many iterations to get to this one. Clearly you live for the chaos, yeah. But yeah, there is, I think I've showed you before that there was one, like, I don't want to get too technical, but there's I use a custom coloring script that builds artistically colored shadows. Someone following that vaguely? So like you know, a red when it turns into a shadow doesn't just become a darker red. It goes like red through purple. But that's all handled programmatically and cached for performance. So it's effectively building sprite sheets when the characters are generated. And it's way more efficient doing it that way, but it's some funky maths to make it efficient. And the new version, trying to find, so the new version is even more efficient and is now multi-threaded and all the rest of it for those that like that sort of stuff. Oh man, the new Photos app on iPhone is atrocious. Forgot about some of these pictures. Good. No, I don't want a video. I want to just... One sec, have I got... There's a logic behind what I'm doing. I'm not just like getting distracted looking at pictures on my phone. Give me 1 second. That's a screenshot from Peeps back in the day with the little sub crowns that used to be there. That was fun. But no, what I was after was there was a line of code that, like an algorithm that took me the longest time to get right, but the whole of Peeps ran off this, and it was that, which looks mental, particularly because I've just realized it's reversed for you all, but there is a new one for the new Peeps. There's a new one because it's I can't really talk about it without like spoiling new features that I'm adding, but there's a reason why it's more complicated, the new one. And I have been too brain fogged to sort it. Can you make a request? Yeah, if people want to try and group up for the D&D, that's fine by me. They let you resort the stuff in the Photos app. I just want to go back to the old one where it was just like, here's the everything folder, and then here are the folders that you've made, and that was it. Like, that's all we needed. Just let me group my photos. I don't need any of this extra nonsense. I sound like such an old man. You could tell me that code around a spaceship and you believe. Yeah, it's that algorithm is what determines where the pixels are drawn, but it's taking different textures and like combining stuff, different textures, different sprites. The new one is longer and more complicated. Old man Sam confirmed. Hi. Hi Anthony, how you doing today? They just hid your favorites and you were irked for like a month. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But yeah, so once I have that little bit of maths done in Peeps, so once the new version of that algorithm is correctly applied, okay, there are three stages of me completing the rework. The first stage was testing that technically each individual part of the engine worked and that it was efficient, and the efficient part of that was a tremendous amount of work. Figuring out how to multi-thread a single-threaded engine is incredibly frustrating, but I've got there. But also currently, as you can see, it's just like piles them all on the screen, right? So if you're a streamer with hundreds of thousands of people watching, that's a problem. The current version of Peeps caps out at about 100 Peeps before it starts becoming very laggy. So 100 it starts getting laggy, and the new version can have over 100,000 people and not lag. So that was a very significant performance improvement. There's a bunch of other technical stuff that I'm not talking about yet because I don't want to spoil it. But so that was a huge amount of work, and I couldn't move past that until that was done. The next stage is effectively combining all of the features in the actual way that they're going to be used, which is where the dreadful maths comes in. And that's the bit that I'm currently stuck on. But once that is done, there will be the longest section of work, which is redrawing everything, because I'm going to have to redraw all of the items, all over 600 items. So that's going to be, it's going to be a very long job, not a hard job, but a very long job. But when I get to that point, I can start doing some of it on stream, or like just chilling in the Discord and like sharing my screen so you can just watch me sit and draw. But the reason that there's been no development in ages is I have been too brain fogged to develop, like to do that middle bit, because that's the most technically demanding. Is the game free? Yeah, the game will be freemium. So you will be able to play and use the game and everything for free, but if you want to buy like extra vanity stuff and whatever for yourself, then you can. I may paywall using it on stream, just because there are running costs because it's all online, but we'll see. In your defense, game development is a very specific topic. Yeah, it's why I generally try not to talk about it too much on stream. How am I today? I'm very tired, Valerie, and I was not well last night. But yeah, so as a player rather than a host, if you want to download the game from Steam and go and customize your items and play some of the little mini games and all of this sort of stuff, that part of the game, that part of the game will be free. And I have no intention to lock any features behind a paywall. There might be things like if you want to pay a bit of money to rush buying some items, I might do that. Like some kind of freemium is going to be required, excuse me, to offset the running costs. The hosting it like I'm doing will probably be a small amount. Will there be Sims, or are you too tired to play it today? I don't know. It's not that I'm tired. I'm very spacey. So I worry that if I play Sims, what will happen is I will just space out and end up not doing an awful lot. It hasn't really happened on stream. I've been quite fortunate that it's not happened on stream. But some of you have sat, like, either in Discord or you've just been on the Minecraft server when I space out. You know, there's some times where it's just like suddenly 20 minutes has gone and I'm like, I have literally been sat staring at the screen. I don't particularly want that to happen when I'm streaming. So I might try playing Sims, or we can just sit and chat. Yeah. Regardless, my break time break timer has gone off, so I should be sensible and get up and have a stretch, if nothing else. Yeah, I can show off some of the stuff I was messing with. I've had some. Okay, we will continue this conversation. We will continue this conversation when I get back from my break, because otherwise I'm going to go off on a whole other rant and not take my break. So I will be back in 3 minutes. Be right back. Always with the misclicking, Mia. He's just trying to go for the secret extra crate that's hidden off the screen, right? Don't worry, not real coffee. Real coffee. It's decaf coffee. I was just craving the bitter. So, excuse me, there's a less weird way of saying that for sure. Just don't tell your secrets. Guys, just being weird as always. Yeah, so how is everybody doing today? What's everybody been up to? You're distracted by Merge. You're addicted to Merge, I think is the thing, right? You're trying to cook, do makeup, and tidying all at the same time. Good effort. You will get a 1 million win game, then you're out. Good luck. I'm sure you can. Oh, goodness me. Something in my eye. Bella, it was your off day, so you walked the dog and made dinner. That sounds lovely. Catherine, you've had the most productive day. It's finally crash out. Good. Good. Have a nice rest. Yeah, I have a bunch of productivity stuff that I need to do. My executive dysfunction has been real bad. Which we've talked about before. Hi, Zach. So I've needed to have a little bit of assistance in actually kind of getting some of that off the ground, as it were. But I'm getting there. It's like getting Arthur to the vet was a really good one. Zach, yes, I am also over there. Forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, but there's still many things that I need to get done and haven't been able to do yet. You got some new glasses today. Nice. So clearly they did something to your brain and now you're a functioning human. Sure. Arthur's fine. He was just he just needed a new lot of like flea worm stuff. Not that it's a problem really, because he's, you know, very much an indoor cat. But he is all good. Honey, you're a little miffed at a co-worker / friend and your anxiety is starting to creep in. Oh no, are you okay? I mean, maybe that's a daft question. Do I have pets? I do. I have a cat who sometimes sits here or there, depending where you're watching. But he's currently sulking outside because I'm in here and not in a place where he can sleep on me. So he's stropping and sleeping outside the door. Okay, you managed to get your indoor cat's fleas before by buying a second-hand sofa. Fun. We had a friend once who was trying to rescue cat. In so many ways, it was an absolute disaster from start to finish. They were allergic to cats. So why they decided they were rescuing this street cat was an excellent question. But also apparently did zero research. So yeah, amongst other things, ended up like infesting their place. Like they got fleas which then got fleas in their place, which then got fleas in our place. It was a whole thing. It was just a bizarre situation from start to finish. You don't know yet, honey. You'll see when you get to work. Okay. Ollie, make the chicken reaction on Discord a pet in Peeps. Yeah. One day. Bella, you thought the pic of the bed was a stretched bird's eye view. Thought the pic of the... Oh. Got you. Catherine, you wish your cats would sulk and leave you alone. They're basically attached to your ankles. Yeah, I would rather that. Like, he likes his quiet. He likes his time by himself. I kind of wish he was more attached. Zach, you love cats. You have one of your own. Her name is Loki and she's a Siamese. Adorable. Mine's a ragdoll. Is that a fan behind? It's an aircon unit. I ended up caving and spending... I caved and bought an aircon. Like, my sleep was getting so messed up. My health was getting so messed up from not sleeping from the heat. I kind of had to. That's why you have two. Time to get Arthur a friend. There's always one attached to you. Catherine, feel free to take Mabel and Pippin for a day. You'll never know peace again. I would get either a Norwegian Forest or a Maine Coon if I was to get a second cat, I reckon. Probably. We'll see. I'm live on a Monday. I know. Controversial, right? Get a dog. Yeah. If I was living with someone, if I was going... How do I word that? I can't guarantee that I will be well enough to look after a dog. There we go. That's as delicately as I can word that. Naveen, hi. You feel like this is a chat of cat people? Oh no, I like dogs as well. Very much. I would definitely have a dog if it wasn't for the fact that, for example, I can't guarantee that I would be well enough to walk a dog every day. Mabel is a Maine Coon. He's a perfect fit. Exactly. You promise you're not trying to get rid of your cat. She's just very loud. Play R6. I am all good. I have actually played R6 though, unlike Roblox. Always a bit boring, honestly. I know lots of people like it. It didn't strike a chord with me. Stuck in the hypotheticals. Happens to the best of us. Yeah. I have said for a while, but really as long as I remember thinking of pet, that 1 dog and 2 cats has always been like the goal, right? So I think I'd like something like a lab, Alsatian, retriever, something like that. And then, yeah, two of the larger cat breeds. Is the stream being silly on your end? Is it? Happened to you too? Oh, I've not dropped any frames or anything. Is it back now? It keeps buffering for you. Well, that's not ideal. Are we undercover today, like the hat? Yeah. You think I'm passing as someone else? It's also, I don't know how obvious it is, but the crazy curl over here because of how my hair is. Can you see it? Fun. Ridiculous. Hello, Hero of Death. How you doing? Your exams are over. Nice. Labs are wonderful. Had one growing up since 6 months old, and he was basically your brother. Yeah. Hopefully there is a dog in my future. It's back for you. Welcome back, Mia. Dream has been back to normal for a bit. Good. Secret Service agent, 100%. And should I put on sunglasses? Paul, you think it says a lot about your personality as well. When we first met, you were definitely more cat than dog, whereas your girlfriend was exclusively dog. You spent a lot of time traveling with work, being independent, living alone, whereas your girlfriend comes from a family where home life is very important. Yeah. Now you're meeting in the middle as your personalities change. The hat's giving Joe Goldberg. Is that from you? Am I thinking of the right show? Should really finish watching that. I think I've seen like the first season, maybe. You want to tell me something, Hero of Death? Sure, what's up? Cats are typically wanderers, independent, dogs more loyal. Yeah. Oh, Joe. Honey, your blood work is all done now. Your blood work is all done. Now to work. Then another appointment this afternoon. I got you. It is the guy from You were talking about. Okay. Mia, grown up, you've had a lot of animals. 7 cats, 5 horses, 2 dogs. Just a very animal person. I didn't. I very briefly had rabbits. Well, I had a rabbit and my brother had a rabbit, but my rabbit did not like anyone, just bit everybody. And neither of them lived very long. I had fish for the tiniest amount of time. Yeah, very boring pet. Hero of Death, you're writing a novel. Nice. What's it about? Oh, or is that spoilers? But yeah, absolutely have to let me know when it's done. The 5th season is wild. There's a lot of catching up. Oh dear. Good or bad? Like, is it worth watching to the end, or shall I stop at the end of the 1st season? Annie, you had a bad headache, so you're lying watching the first Resident Evil movie. Nice. Hi, Gamer Monkey. Or you were too busy to watch on release, so waited to find the time. For you, yeah, I mean the first season was good. Again, I don't think I've seen past that. I might have seen a little bit of the second one, maybe. Sally, first and last season are all you watched, and it was good enough for you. Okay, you think it's worth a watch, but not the best thing ever. That's fair. Catherine, you like cats more than anything, but you're low-key a rodent person. You used to have pet rats and they were so sweet. Aww. You forgot about the evil hamster you had me here. Yeah? Evil houser. If I need a watching companion, let me know. Is that the next thing for us to watch party? Or just start binging series? Like, however many millions of episodes of One Piece and just start working our way through it all. Is it a miniature giant hamster, though, is the question. Bonus points to anybody that gets that reference. Don't think that You is very PG. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe not. Hero of Death. The novel you're writing is about time travel. You're also thinking about writing a slice of life with love story. Can I give some story inspiration? I've got too many of my own things that I'm writing, so... You think you'd all lose our mind if we started a One Piece party, but nobody would be able to keep up is the thing. Because there's so much of it. So much of it. So unless we were watching quite a lot, then we would be watching One Piece forever. So I hope they're making another season of the live action One Piece, because I really enjoyed that. I know not everybody was a big fan. I really liked it. It is tickled the right spots. Mia, your son has learnt the word help, but says help. And he keeps getting himself stuck behind the sofa and sick. That's hilarious. 21 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, let's go. Do I like time travel genre or slice of life? I mean, time travel isn't really a genre. It's an action. I think time travel is very hard to do well. Slice of life, I mean, again, it's like saying, do you like drama? It varies hugely. Generally, I would say so. Catherine, let's pick a less crazy anime. 1 second. Hola. Let me catch up. Someone at work recommended One Piece so you can get through it. What do you mean? Proper internet slang built in. Exactly. Chainsaw Man, probably not appropriate for the stream stuff, would be my guess. What genre do I like? Oh, I like most genres. Hero of Death. I wasn't saying that they're genres that I don't like, I'm just saying that it's quite vague. Bodies is an amazing, it is an interesting mini-series. Bodies. I think I've seen that. Is that the one where it's what was the phrase they keep repeating? And he keeps like doing this. I'm thinking of the right series. I think that will make sense. It's something like that. Like you are loved or something. If I'm thinking of the right series. All good. Yeah. My brother just got back from work. I was a bit confused that I was streaming. Apparently it cuts down the story into more handleable portions. Interesting. The only time traveling thing you've watched is Doctor Who. Oh, I need to catch up on Doctor Who. I haven't seen anything past. Well, so I've seen all of David Tennant, and I think I've seen a little bit of Matt, whatever his name is. Smith. Watch Party Adventure Time. Yeah, I've never actually seen an episode of Adventure Time. Probably should sometime. Probably should. It's not too worth watching after Matt Smith, no. I'd be interested to see at least some of the stuff with Peter Capaldi. Yeah, kind of going back to the old Doctor, I think is an interesting choice. Make a Google Doc out of all of this. Out of all of what? Hey, what am I missing? all the show recommendations. We have forums, fora in the Discord. Have I seen the entire history of Japan on YouTube? No. Is that a thing I need to see? I do like this song. This hum. Hello. Hello. Hello, Jay. How you doing today? Sally, it's a meme video. It's well done. You laughing and smiling. Honey, you got your favorite kombucha and scones for breakfast. Nice. I'm not sure I've ever had kombucha. Interested to try sometime. History of the world, you guess, is so much better. Yeah? I guess you would know. What's my name? My name is Sam. What's yours? Just hear Arthur meowing in the distance. I'm one of those people that pronounces scone like that, the correct way. Your name is Jay. I thought it might be. Do you remember me saying someone was commenting that they liked the mug, and I said I had one that was in dubiously blue or green. This is the blue-green one. He is Scottish, to be fair. You disagree, you have a map, you'll post it on Discord. The tragedy, wow. So rude. Jay, thank you for the follow. So mean, guys, so mean. The correct question is, what do I call a bread roll? A roll? Usually. There are specific things that I would put in a roll that would change what I would call it. I know that sounds ridiculous, but for example, if I had a bacon roll, then I would probably call it a bacon butty. That's what you put. Do I use WhatsApp? I do, but for my personal life, not for stream. But yeah, a cob is what you put corn on. It's definitely a bread roll. Yeah, like bap, cob. Trying to think what else is popular around here. But yeah. Chip, butty, bread, butter, chips, butter, bread. No, you can't have my number, Jay. Why are we talking about food all of a sudden? I don't know. I swear it happens every stream. Somehow we end up talking about food. Making me hungry. Ollie, you grew up in the East Midlands. We use a little bit of everything. Yeah, it's a mood. Buck followed. Thank you, Buck. Listen, you didn't ask. Kind of did, though. Funny. I've also just I realized earlier, which is why I was going to start talking about it, and then I didn't. I've been having this little talked about it a bit kind of over the weekend, that I was working on this kind of just pottering on a little project, trying to get the cogs turning again. And there's little kind of pet projects that I've been doing to kind of start trying to get the cogs turning again. I've realized could fully just be turned into a game. Trying to word this without giving spoilers. I need to do the next stage of Peeps so I can just talk about it. Okay, so I have a thing where I don't like talking about things that I intend to do, right? So I didn't say that I was writing a book, for example, until I had structured the whole book out, and I had written so I'd fully written a prologue chapter, and I was like halfway through the first chapter before I even mentioned to anyone that I was writing, because I don't like saying, oh, I'm intending to do this thing, I want to do this thing, and then end up not doing it. LT28, hi. Thank you for stopping by. Do I use Discord? I do indeed. Actions speak louder than words type of guy. No, it's not that. It's if I say to all of you guys, like, here are all my plans, here are all the features that I intend to add to Peeps, and then I don't do it, I feel bad. Whereas if I do all of these features and then I go, okay, these are the features that are going to be coming out because they're done now, they're working, it's all together, it's good, I feel comfortable talking about it, even if it's not finished. Like, if I've got to the point where this will be finished now, I am fine. Or like, it's not something that's theoretical at that point. I know I don't owe you anything, but I also don't like... I'm very aware that I project hop a lot. So I try not to talk about projects until it's something that's actually happening. So I didn't talk about all of the performance improvements that I was making on Peeps until I had proved that they work, for example. I have some other very cool features, in my mind, very cool features that are coming to Peeps, which I have tested but not sufficiently yet to talk about. But I can pretty much guarantee that you are all going to like them. But I need to get that little bit of math that I was talking about. I need to get that done so that I can talk about Peeps as a whole, because some of those features are involved in all of the other things that I want to do with Peeps, which is very frustrating. What do you mean, Bella? Year of Death. What's my favorite genre of what? Game? Book? Film? Music? Welcome back, Ollie. But yeah, so this little test game that I am doing as a way to like try and get my brain back into programming mode could easily be a offline, not necessarily offline, probably an offline thing that you could do with your Peeps for fun. I had that realization today. I think it would work quite well. Scottish person, greetings from Scotland. Snap, hi. Oh, buzzing with excitement. Yeah, I do think you will all appreciate the features, as frustrating as it is not talking about it at the moment. Yeah, I think when I do, you will appreciate them. I think there's like 2 people that I spoke to about it the first time round, because it was like the next patch that I was working on for this version. So bits of it are kind of vaguely in the game. So yeah, there was one other person who streams with it, so they know vaguely what's going on. And yeah, and one friend knows what was gonna happen. technically we're not even on version 1 yet. We're still just in alpha. That's why it's always labeled as alpha version, not a beta version, because the core features are still changing. Hey Harry, the hat is because it was hot and I was tired, so I didn't want to dry my hair. My hair is too long and was cut for a short style, so I kind of have to style it because otherwise it just turns into like a big Justin Bieber like hair helmet. The voice in the song makes you jump. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry if you can hear the kids screaming outside. But yeah, the hat is not going to be a regular appearance. The hat is just, I'm not very well. I needed to be lazy today. Job. But yeah, it'd be cool. So probably when, the new version, the change to Peeps comes out, there are lots of mini games that are just little fun things I did for myself that I will never release as a full game because the ideas are too small. They could feasibly be integrated into Peeps in some description. Alternatively, we were talking about the like Patreon stuff earlier. I think probably that's the kind of thing we need to decide as a community, to be honest. But if we go down the Patreon thing, then I could just release all these silly little projects as like, you know, whatever rewards on Patreon, so you guys can just play all these silly little games and make them by myself. Because like Merge, for example, you were talking about Merge. The original version of Merge I made overnight, like it was a single day. Do I use coffee? We were talking about this, maybe I should. It makes it look like you fly a helicopter with the headset. I guess it kind of does. Hi Ali, how you doing today? Hey Cola. Let us give you money. But how and where and for what? That's the thing. Also, the platform split today is really funny. Well, I'll talk about it in the Discord later. Probably shouldn't talk about it on stream. Why can't you donate? You can, I think. Cola. These sugar mummies and daddies are ready for you. That sounded horrible. It didn't sound great, Sally. There's me trying to... I'm not moving towards like feet pics and stuff. I'm good. It's a shorts stream, sadly. I mean, I am in shorts. It is very warm today. So I haven't managed to drop the temperature of this room quite nicely. And it's not building up as much as it usually does because I don't have Sims open. Trying to render Sims at 4K really does make my computer warm. Oops, that was a fun misclick. Thank you. Thank you, Sally. Am I streaming on the Purple app? I am indeed. Yes, Ali. Yeah, I will need to replace this headset at some point. It's not super obvious, but can you see that the stitching's come off? It's falling apart. A friend did briefly reckon that they could maybe sew it back together. I'm not really sure how feasible it is, to be honest. Because where it needs to be sewn to is under the is protected by this side, so you'd have to pull the back off to sew it through, I think. But also you can't really tell, but like you see the crack there, This headset has been super glued back together so many times. Who redeemed the hydrate? Faye, thank you. Kraken Kitty headset it is. Please no. Let you see it again and you can confirm, deny it. So what has happened is, if you imagine that this is the like foam padding is like in this bit, right? So it's flat on one side, and then the stitching that comes up through the protected side. So this wrap bit was wrapped around and then sewed down to the bottom, and it's come apart. So in order to like sew it, you'd have to either come up from the bottom or down and then back up. But you can't get access to this point without pulling the side off. And sadly, these aren't designed like that. You just need a PO box and you'll send them over. Oh. I swear, if you guys start sending me like kitty headphones and stuff, if I set up a PO box. Good grief. I still have the pages for the PO box open. I have no intention on closing them down. I am getting some help this week, hopefully. Getting through some of the life admin that I've not been able to do. So I might be able to go and talk to the PO box people. Potentially. The Sennheiser is a pretty good headset. Yeah, so I really liked these, and the mic was actually reasonably good for when I was actually using a microphone. But the mic stopped working properly a while ago, and then what happened is it snapped because when it was like this, taking the mick out of how I talk. I am umming far too much. It is a bad habit. When it was like this, Arthur pulled the cord, so he like jumped to grab me and pulled this, and then my head goes down really fast onto the desk. Poof, snap. And that has happened 4 times now. So the original snap happened that way, and then he has re-snapped it, and I've had to re-glue it. Yeah, several times. But I don't use the mic now anyway. Like I have this mic set up correctly so that I don't need to do anything else. When I started streaming, I had it going through all of my audio software, and I was using fancy plugins and all the rest of it. But doing it that way, the way that I had to route the audio out from that was creating really problematic loops, like ground loops and stuff. And yeah, the quality was getting butchered and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I figured a way of doing it where I don't have to use that at all. Like I never have to use the output that way. Seems to have got rid of it. Harry, see, Arthur wouldn't snap them if the headphones had kitty ears. I reckon he would. Hey, you've been wanting to get a separate mic to sound better, but you don't really do enough with it to justify it. I mean, sometimes the only justification you need is you want it, right? They are, or they certainly can be quite a lot of money though, so that is the thing to debate. You can get Blue, as in the company Blue. Some of their mics aren't horrendously expensive, particularly if you get them on sales like Black Friday and that sort of stuff. I think almost exclusively have bought all of my tech on sale. This was the exception though, but this wasn't got for streaming. This was got when I wasn't streaming. It was for music, because as I'm sure some of you can appreciate, I don't have a high-pitched pop voice. So as much as I can do some, you know, like Joji or whatever kind of high head voice, yeah, my natural singing timbre is somewhat lower. So I needed a mic that pandered to that, because as much as I have other vocal mics, it wasn't really the right one for me. Maybe with your Christmas bonus or something, maybe. Cyan, your Yeti Blue from 5 years ago is going strong. Exactly. And you've got £10 Sony headphones. Nice. Mia, should you spend 300 on the Razer store? Also, you should spend. Yeah, 100%. Ollie, you like chatty stream when it comes to you. Good to zone out to. Thanks. I'm just so boring. You just come here so you don't have to listen. I probably should just change my stream description to being chatting. It feels like we're probably not going to be playing any Sims today. Faye, you don't know why you use dollars as the default. None of us use dollars. Correct. Very few of us use dollars. Wait, I sing. Not well. Audible voiceovers when? I mean, Audible's replacing... No, Audible is giving everybody the option to use pure AI audiobooks. So, audiobook narrators may be a dying profession. That's fun. Catherine, you don't have a high-pitched pop voice. You never noticed. How many of your songs have your vocals? Of the released ones, none of them. Because it's all lo-fi. Oh wait, is any of it me? No, none of it's me. You say quit all the time to annoy your American friends. You can't sing, but your roommates will tell you that doesn't stop you. Exactly. Just do it for fun. Yeah, so Amazon are introducing a service where scanning the book into text, converting that text to an audiobook and distributing that audiobook, the whole process from start to finish being handled by AI. No humans involved at all. Potentially the end of a profession overnight. Because the problem is, yes, you'll get lots of indie book writers and stuff, and you know, even maybe like Akatar and stuff like that, they may pay to have a real person doing it. You're off. No worries, Mia. Speak to you later for sure. Yeah, I'll probably see you on the server if nothing else. But a potential lawsuit too. No, but they're doing it for the publishers, right? So the problem is you'll get stuff like, I'm just picking big franchise out of the hat, but like Harry Potter, right? Why would the publisher pay Stephen Fry tens of thousands of pounds, probably more than tens of thousands, let's be honest, but like, why would they pay someone that much money when they can pay like 1% of that to have it done basically instantly? So there's no like, do you know what I mean? So it's not that the authors are gonna have this problem, it's all the publishers are gonna do it because it's cheaper, right? Yeah, this is a thing. Have a good night. Hope you've no worries. Annie, thank you for stopping by. Surely they'd have to pay whoever voice they use. Yeah, but that's a tiny amount, and it's not royalties. So say you sell your voice to Amazon for like $5,000. That's one-time payment to you for them to use your voice, and they can make an infinite number of books with that. How do you join the Minecraft server? If you join the Discord, Rose, and put your Minecraft name in the Minecraft channel, I can add you to the whitelist. The number of people using those AI songs on TikTok. Cyan, only good use for written to AI audio reading. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of good things. It's a bit of a weird one. And there's a... Yeah. It's a very emotive topic. Lots of people care quite strongly one way or another. It may impact the listening experience. Yeah, so the human element of storytelling and the drama that people can do in that is the obvious advantage of using a real person. The problem is AI's EQ is getting much better. It's really good at mimicking human emotion. So if you are listening to a book, an audiobook, and it's being read to you sufficiently well that you can't tell whether it's a real person or not, should we be using real people or not is the question. You don't have Discord, sadly. I'm sorry to hear that. We organize all of our gaming through Discord. And the Minecraft servers for Java, Minecraft. Verify. The fact that it imitates breath scares you, oh dear. It's got very serious very fast. Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, AI is taking over lots of fields. There is... the two balances are allowing for creative expression, right? Because AI replacing creative expression is not good, because that is a negative feedback loop, because the art will progressively get worse naturally, because it's feeding itself. But one could argue that audiobooks are a labor job and not a creative job, and letting AI take over labor jobs allows the public to do jobs that are more fun, are more rewarding, etc. That's really the debate. So yeah, I don't know that there's a right answer. It's a tricky one. People are obviously people don't like AI replacing jobs, but there are some jobs that if we could replace them, the problem is also that the money is going to the wrong place, right? So if by using an AI audiobook, the publisher saves a bunch of money and is therefore able to pay the writers better, great. But the problem is what is happening is they'll use the AI to do the audiobook cheaper and then pocket the extra money. So the money's going to the wrong place. So, you know, people talk about, you know, if an AI can replace a bin collection service, then that's taking someone out of their job. But if the money that they're saving by using an AI is then distributed back into the system to give, say, everybody a living wage, good. But that's not what's happening. So AI and that sort of stuff has the potential to be incredibly good, but greed is a thing. Yeah. You had to write an AI usage guideline for your job last week. Fun. And I didn't hear about this Fortnite scandal. I know nothing of Fortnite. AI is iffy to me, to you. To me also, honey. But yes, that was my break alarm. I should take a break. Have a stretch. I don't know how we got onto this topic. But yeah, it's a very strange time that we live in. And everybody being in disagreement about... The general public is in disagreement about what to do. So how is a government supposed to enforce it? Yeah. Too much too fast, as is often the way with technology. You will see. Also, Zeran followed, and I absolutely did not see it. I'm really sorry. Thank you, Zeran. I don't know where you are. Oh my goodness, that was ages ago. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Right, I'm going to take my break, though. Yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. Be right back. Hello. It always happens. It really does. Always say please and thank you to your voice assistants. I know, right? Yeah, I heard that it cost them a lot of money too. Are you guys talking about Detroit still? Because I have no idea who you're talking about. You're off. No worries, Paul. Apparently it's not eco-friendly to say thank you. Exactly. Exactly. They just have a very different etiquette system. The robot overlords. Hi Mocha, how you doing today? Cyan, to be fair, you were going to say the same, but had to make sure this is a safe space for your rat boy. I am not following what you guys are talking about. Oh, are you still just talking about Detroit Become Human? I have not played. nor have I seen any footage. So I know it's vaguely sci-fi. Meow meow. Meow meow to you too. Just reminds me of the Meow Meow Beans episode from Community. It's a wonderful game. There are too many wonderful games there, is the problem. Oh, interestingly, the scone thing is so north-south. But by that logic, I should, like, going from that graph, I should be saying scone. So I wonder if that is just because my parents are both from the north. Probably. One step closer to the Kitty headphones, exactly. You like the developer because they make such choice-heavy games. That's always good. Probably off because of my heritage, yeah. Zion, it's directed, made by a movie director, really? You just watch a few playthroughs on YouTube and it's very one-to-one. It's set to be an interactive film rather than a game. Interesting. Phil Escal. That's the name of the game here. Yeah, that's interesting. Because yeah, pretty much all of the places that I've lived in the most would say scone. And yet, I absolutely say scone. But all the places that my parents are from would say scone. Yeah, I'm guessing it's that. I think all of the places that my family are from would say scone, actually. Interesting. I'm a big nerd for data. I like numbers and statistics. I nearly decided to do big data. Is that the right word? Big data rather than computer science at uni. I should start saying scone for your piece. Sorry, no. You like to see my reaction to the Alistair reveal in Detroit, yeah? Hi, Janadu, how you doing today? You need a Sam thinking emote. Yeah, just me going, Yeah, I need to try and do it at an angle where my glass is on in the way. But wait, where's the center of the screen again? I hope one day that what's his face? Ramon does one of the finishes one of his emotes because they were looking really cool. I liked how they were shaping up. That's not how I looked thinking earlier. It was very specific, oh dear. I suspect not in a good way then. You think I would be a big fan of art infographics? Yeah, I don't really use Reddit, but maybe. Sam loading sound. I think Sam loading sound would just be me just going, That's half of my life. You're back. You were playing with your brother. No worries, Rose. The Depends on how you see. Oh dear. I mean, feel free to clip whatever you were talking about and I can go back and view it. But otherwise, I don't know what you're talking about, so. You installed Linux. You feel your IQ increasing already. Oh dear. I've had my brief dalliance with Linux in the past. I'm okay. I prefer my Mac and my Windows. I actually had a few different Linux. When I used to do the larger Minecraft servers, I always ran them on Cent, I think. Which is just Linux command line for those that don't know. Like there's no interface. Because it was very efficient. Yeah. There's lots of staring at a black screen, which was always fun. Sounds cool. Yeah, I mean, CentOS is very lightweight. It takes up a very, very small amount of disk space. It uses very little RAM or CPU to do anything. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it has its teething problems. There are always things that are slightly problematic. You use Cent at work too. Oh, nice. Yeah, I tried a bunch of different servery ones. What were the ones that I used? I think I used... Oh, man, I'm so bad with Linux. It's like Red Hat or something for a little bit. I used one that had a really strange name that I can never remember. I've obviously used Ubuntu. The command line Ubuntu for the server stuff. I used the UI Ubuntu for one of my laptops way back in the day. Yeah. Not for your normal machines. Can you imagine trying to do like standard everyday computer work only using command line? Painful. Bella, your brain's too small for PCs. No, it isn't. You're all good. Oh, so are you, Mocha. You're smart too. Catherine, you have to go and complete some actual adult responsibilities for a bit. No worries. If you're not back before you end the stream, you hope it all goes well. Yeah, I don't think I will manage another hour of stream. I am very tired. I think I got less than half the amount of sleep that I need to function 2 nights in a row. I'm very tired. Yeah, lack of sleep plus not feeling well really drains it out of you. W channel. Hi. Wagwan. Yeah, I can't really pull off that. They're definitely not cool enough. I'm absolutely not part of that culture, so. You appreciate me streaming today? Thank you. I appreciate all of you coming today. Like, honestly, I was anticipating to start streaming and nobody appeared today because nobody knew I was coming. So why would you be around? I only really announced it on Discord like 10 minutes before I did it. So, yeah, it's cool. I appreciate your... Bella, you would like to buy a PC at some point when you have the money, but all the videos seem like gibberish. We could walk you through it on the server. It's easier than you think. More often than not, building a computer is some degree of this. Here is the space for the thing. Here is the thing. Put the thing in the space for the thing. That's it. People make it seem way more complicated than that. There's only one point where you don't put a thing in the space for a thing just straight away. There's one point where you get it. This gets really complicated. You've got a little tub of glue, a little paste, and you put a bit of paste on the thing, and then you put the thing in the space for the thing. Yeah, there's one time where you have to put a bit of paste on the thing before you put it in its designated space, but for everything else you just put them in their designated space and that's it. Yeah. It's not nearly as complicated as it seems. PC Part Picker is a 10 out of 10 resource. It is, I would recommend. Not too much paste or the thing won't like it, but too little paste is also a big no-no. Yeah, but see, this is the thing, Harry, is people talk loads. You're a little late today. No worries, Lafty. I don't usually stream on a Monday, so this is the first time I have. But yeah, like people get really uppity about the paste stuff, because putting the paste on the CPU, like not sitting your CPU correctly, realistically is the only part of the process that you might do wrong and potentially damage something. There is a potential for that. But people, I think, don't understand how hard it is to do that wrong. Because like if you know, people talk about, oh, you just put a pea-sized blob in the middle, and then loads of people are like, oh, that's not the best way to do it. It's like, well, no, it's not the best way to do it. But if you put a pea-sized blob in the middle and put it in and do nothing else, you're fine. You're not going to break a computer doing that. You would have to put a very, very small amount in, or like a huge amount in, for it to be a problem. Yeah, people build themselves up to it being a much bigger, like a much more likely to damage something than it actually is. It's surprisingly hard to do it wrong. Next time you're building a new computer, if you have a spare set of stuff, like you're going to throw out your old stuff, try doing it wrong. Try putting either too much or too little to the point that you burn out your computer. It's hard. Yes, I would say the hardest part of putting a computer together is making it tidy. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be tidy to function, so. You sprayed your paste all over your motherboard. Good job. Hello, Yosef. How are you doing today? You feel so hot right now when it's 17 degrees. Yeah. My phone was lying to me saying it was 17 degrees outside, which it absolutely wasn't. It was absolutely hotter than the thermostat saying it is. Your boyfriend built his own. Yeah, I've been building my own since I was... When did I make my first one? 13? 14? Something like that. You were worried it would be very difficult. Yeah, don't worry about that. Everybody is. Everybody worries about it the first time. But I used to have connections with a business where I could get leftover computer parts, and sometimes full leftover computers, really bad computers, but leftover computers. So I tried all of these things. I tried different ways of putting the thermal paste in. I tried different, I tried sometimes to do some of the stuff wrong because I was curious what would happen. And it's surprisingly hard to do it wrong. Goodness me, excuse me. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah. Like, there are things that can go wrong, but the stressful part of things going wrong is not knowing how to fix them. But we have the internet now, and you have us. So if anything goes wrong, you can always, reach out to us. Welcome over, Lafty. You don't think you've ever been more nervous than when you replaced your graphics card? Ah, mate, I was looking at the size of the new graphics cards. My case is not huge. I would have to build into a much larger case. The new graphics cards, I can't get over how big they are. connections with the business makes it sound like you're in the mafia or something. No. I had a guy, a friend at school who did tech support stuff. So people in businesses would give him effectively broken computers, and his contract was some degree of if he can fully fix the computer, he will, and he will give them the quote of the stuff. But more often than not, it's like they paid £200 for the computer. It would cost them £120 to fix the computer. They're like, now we'll just write it off and buy a new one. So he then has a computer that usually has like 1 or 2 parts broken. Doesn't take very many of those that you have enough spare bits to make a new computer. And yeah, he could do whatever he want with them. And sometimes bobbing bits off to me was cheaper, because otherwise he would have to like follow the correct like regulations for disposing of electronic goods. So they're heavy, yeah, they're hefty things. They're very, very well maybe a movement towards having our computers horizontal again because of the new set of graphics cards. Because having them hanging off the motherboard is now not great. So we may go back to having the motherboards on the bottom and the graphics card sat on top of them. There has already started to be a bit of a trend towards that, but that may very much become a thing for gaming computers now, horizontal rather than vertical. Oh yeah, every socket on a computer is different, pretty much. So it's very hard to put the wrong thing in the wrong place. The only thing that you might do the wrong thing in the wrong place is the fans. But the fans are almost always labeled. So both the plug that's going in and the socket that you're plugging into should have labels on them. So it's just like plug fan 1 into fan 1, plug fan 2 into fan 2. Very straightforward. Just use a blowtorch. Yeah, that'll do it. That will make it overheat. You'll send a picture of how clean your computer is on the inside. I'll look at it after stream. Weirdly, my Discord crashed. All this sounds much easier when you explain it. Yeah. Honestly, don't stress. Unless you are planning to build a like uber gaming rig, and you need like actual liquid cooling and multiple graphics cards, and you're trying to like, you know, whatever stuff over your boards. Yeah, unless you're doing some really strange edge case computer, it'll be grand. Flashing your BIOS is probably the most dangerous part. And you want to get a power cut or something went wrong. Yeah, and one of the dangers used to be when you first set the computer up is you had like no protection. So if you went onto like the internet and you weren't setting up like an antivirus or some kind of defense, that your computer was briefly very vulnerable. But now the operating systems are so locked down that the operating system gives you a huge degree of security, but also both Mac and Windows now come with like world-class antivirus built in, so pretty hard to go wrong. Yeah, I mean, I'd say aside from putting the fans in the wrong place, I think putting the fans in the wrong place is probably the most likely thing to go wrong. But if that happens, all you do is you unplug them and put them in the right slot. Like, it's not going to damage anything. The most likely next thing to go wrong, I would say, is accidentally static hitting something. But that's so easy to avoid. That's the kind of thing that only happens if you have absolutely no idea about static. You know, if anybody warns you beforehand, like any degree of anti-staticking yourself, like grounding, is grand. Like not a joke. I previously I've touched a door handle, and that's enough, you know. Touch the inside of the case. If it's like a fairly cheap case, chances are there's exposed metal on the inside of the case. Just briefly put your hand against it. Grounded, no problem. Yeah. Which fans do you have? Like, which slots do you cover the fans in, and which directions do they point? You're going past your bedtime for this. I appreciate the effort. Yeah, but bottom line is, as long as you are not horribly manhandling everything, it's pretty hard to go wrong. I have so many fans. I have two. Well, technically I have one. Oh no, actually in here, I have a fan on the camera, which is on. I have a fan that I used to have on my feet, which I don't have on. I've now got the aircon, which has replaced the one that was on my feet. And then got a fan in my bedroom. And yes, I know what you were talking about. Also, I don't know why I'm playing with this pen, fidgeting. Your cat has a thing for Minecraft. The other one watched The Sims version. How to bring your confidence up with PCs. Watch Linus make a PC. Him dropping everything in the PC, still turning out fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I can't remember if it was Cyan who suggested it the first time, but like Linus used to run a channel called Linus Tech Tips on YouTube. But I imagine if you search Linus on YouTube, he's probably pretty high up on the search list now. But yeah, they have lots of videos of doing computer stuff. Yeah. You'll be grand. You have one fan and it moves rooms. Yeah, I have to move the aircon from room to room, which is a pain. I mean, the aircon is one thing because it's heavy, but the hose is, you know, like what, 4 foot long? 4 foot? 4 meters long. Yeah, bit of a pain. Anyway, I think it's safe to say we're not playing Sims today. But finished homework. You hate doing it though. Oh no. Not to brag, but you have a ceiling light that also has a fan. All right. Go off. I imagine you're then not in the UK. I'm not aware of having ever seen a ceiling fan in the UK. In a residential house. I did change to just chatting. I did. Well noted. I mean, I did also say when I was doing it. Goodness me. Ooh. You are in the UK. Oh, your dad personally installed it. That explains it. We had this conversation the other day, though. Like, the English, the British people as a whole, we complain a lot about hot weather. But, you know, we complain about it as a country. Like, it gets mentioned in government and stuff about how uncomfortably hot it is in some of the government buildings and blah, 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 blah. And it's only getting worse. And we have all the stats to show that it's only getting worse. And yet we're still not building houses with aircon. Like, why? You know this problem that we have where everything is too hot in the summer? You know that thing that like half the other countries in the world do that fixes it? Maybe let's not do that and just complain every year. Honey, you're heading into work. See what shenanigans your attorneys have in store for you. Good luck. You got this. But yes, on that note, I think I'm going to wrap up because I am spacing so very heavily. Of course, no one is live. Yeah, no one is live streaming. But yes, I'm going to stop out. I'm going to stop before I space out on stream because I can feel it happening. There's been a few times where I've started a conversation and my brain has pieced out during the conversation. So for those who are new here, I will now be streaming Monday to Friday from 4 till 7 GMT. So it's 6 now. I'm starting early because I am very tired and don't feel well. But yes, we are doing Monday to Friday from now on. For those who are regulars here, I'm just going to keep reminding you every day this week. I will not be here for most of next week. Tuesday through Thursday, I am in London to see the Harry Potter play. So there will probably be a stream on Monday now. Friday will wildly depend on whether I feel able to, having had 3 days of travel. We will find out. Hi, Lorna. I'm grateful to my stream community today. They have been very supportive in, just being nice and friendly here while I have been very unwell. So Tuesday to Thursday next week are holiday. I will officially mark it on the schedule thing. Just a reminder. And yeah, I will be in the Discord on and off. I'm going to have some food first. I might try something that isn't dry toast. But yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see some of you soon. My links are in the description if you want to come and say hi. My Discord is where we sit and play Minecraft outside of stream, for example. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and hopefully I will see some of you again soon. Bye now.